Have you ever agreed to something you didn't want to do and only realized it hours later? Have you ever apologized, even though deep down you knew you weren't the one who was wrong? Or maybe someone made you question your own memories, your own feelings, even your own judgment. If that sounds familiar, you may have experienced psychological manipulation. The scary part is that manipulation doesn't usually look like control. It often looks like love, concern, kindness, or even friendship. Today, we'll uncover 8 subtle signs that someone might be manipulating you without you even noticing. By the end of this video, you'll never see these behaviors the same way again. Manipulation isn't always intentional. Sometimes people manipulate because they've learned unhealthy communication patterns. Other times, it's a deliberate attempt to gain power.
Either way, recognizing manipulation is the first step toward protecting yourself. Let's begin. Imagine saying, "I can't help you today." Instead of respecting your answer, they reply, "I guess I just care about you more than you care about me." Suddenly, you're no longer thinking about your own needs. You're trying to prove you're not a bad person. This is guilt manipulation. Healthy people respect boundaries. Manipulators make boundaries feel like betrayal. You clearly remember what happened, but they confidently say, "That never happened. You're imagining things. You're too emotional." Little by little, you begin doubting yourself. This is often called gaslighting. The goal isn't just to win the argument, it's to make you stop trusting your own perception. Once that happens, you're easier to control. Everything feels amazing. They're kind, supportive, affectionate. Then, without warning, they become distant, cold, silent. Now you're desperately trying to get back the warmth they once showed.
This emotional roller coaster creates psychological dependency. Your brain starts chasing approval like a reward. No matter what happens, somehow they are always the ones suffering. Even when they hurt you, the conversation somehow becomes about their pain instead of yours. Instead of discussing your feelings, you're comforting the person who caused them. That's not accountability. That's manipulation. If you really loved me, you have to decide right now. This is your only chance. Pressure limits your ability to think clearly. Manipulators know that rushed decisions are emotional decisions. Healthy relationships allow time to think. Manipulative ones demand immediate answers. You finally do what they wanted. But suddenly, it's not enough. There's another expectation, another complaint, another condition. You begin working harder and harder, yet somehow you never earn their approval. That's because the finish line keeps moving. At first, it sounds innocent. I just don't think your friends understand you. Your family is too negative. You only need me. Slowly, you spend less time with everyone else. Until one day, the manipulator becomes your only source of emotional support. Isolation creates dependence. Dependence creates control. They say things like, "You made me angry. You made me yell. You made me do this." Notice the pattern. Their actions become your responsibility. But every person is responsible for managing their own emotions. Manipulators shift that responsibility onto you. And eventually, you begin carrying emotional burdens that never belong to you. Here's the truth most people never hear. Manipulation works because good people want to understand others. They give second chances. They assume good intentions. They blame themselves before blaming someone else. Ironically, the qualities that make you compassionate can also make you vulnerable. Recognizing manipulation doesn't mean becoming cold. It means becoming aware. Because awareness gives you something manipulation cannot survive: choice. If you recognized several of these signs, don't panic. Awareness is the beginning of change. Healthy relationships are built on respect, not fear, not guilt, not control. Remember, someone who truly cares about you doesn't need to manipulate you to keep you close. If this video helped you see something you hadn't noticed before, consider subscribing for more psychology content designed to help you better understand yourself and the people around you. And tell me in the comments, which sign surprised you the most?